Here we go. Well, hey, we can't just poke the camera through the hole in the side of the car anymore. So, yeah, you can see we're missing a piece here. I pulled out the battery, the temporary battery holder and everything, and laid it all out, cut it out of some metal so we can make us a more permanent solution here. Still not really happy with the placement of it, but it is where it's going to be. So let me show you where we're at. So this is just what I quickly threw together to fit up inside of the car, and it fit well and served the purpose it needed to. So I took that, transferred it to some 16 gauge hot roll and cut it out, left little tabs so I can drill a hole and then fold that up. Took the top of it and rather than make it two complete pieces, I just cut some slices in it. I'll fold that, same deal here, drill holes, then fold those up to bolt that down. I will have to weld this piece into it. I don't know why I didn't have two of those, but whatever. I'll have to weld this piece in, and we'll be, yeah, looking pretty cool then. So let's get that bent up and welded, and we'll look at it. All right, so I got it sitting down in here, and it clears everything. It sits pretty flat. Got to pull it out, weld everything up, and then we'll bolt it in there. That'll be one more piece. Well, all right, guys, you can see I faced this so no more pink stuff is going to show. I got pieces fit in here. Battery box is in place. This thing will still raise up, but it's hard to get to. Yeah, we're doing good. Get my light here. Yeah, there you go. Metal box down there. Everything's screwed in place now. So our battery box is firm. The cables go in around the back of it, and it all fits nice and tight. I'm going to be able to build a box that covers this up. Dun, 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 dun. Yep, it's a windshield. It wasn't all that exciting. Let's get this thing cleaned up with some glass cleaner. Oh, and you all know what's next. Got to get that tape on the paint to protect it and keep the urethane off. Next, we got to give it the urethane. Yep, let's do it. Yep, I just about messed up and touched urethane even in the caulking tube without gloves on. Good thing I walked by that box so I could put them on, right? So here we go. I love this part because once you pull the trigger, you're committed. I don't know if that steering wheel, I think, is kind of in the way. One of you guys want to pull that real quick? Yeah, I'll get back with you boys in a minute. This is going to take a while. All right, here we go. Thank goodness for the suction cup. That's all I gotta say. That's a stout little piece of glass. Oh, I already touched that corner. Dang it, Jimmy. Why you do me that way? Oh, yeah, baby. Stick in there. Get yourself stuck, glass. How tight I am on that. Tell me how tight I am over there, guys. Yeah. Oh, worried about this. I had nightmares about this. Nah, it'll all be okay. Oh, yeah. Get it, son. I don't know if you can hear them, but they're spinning their tires and playing down the road. Maybe it's my wife coming home. Yeah, that's what it is. Dang, this stuff's a mess, fellas. I don't know how often you play with windshield urethane, but or if you're a glass guy and you do this every day, man, more power to you. I'm not really a fan. This may be the last piece of glass we do for a while. But when it's done, it looks cool. It's a lot of work. And we're just like, yep. It's looking good, man. It's one of the coolest things I've done this week. Maybe. Yep. I don't think that's bad at all, dude. I'm going to get the wax and grease remover. That's what I'm using to smooth this out, okay? I'm not spitting on it, not using glass cleaner or anything weird. I'm using wax and grease remover. And then I come along with this towel, and any excess, I just let it weep into that towel and try to clean it right off the edge of the paint there. I think that looks pretty nice. There's some out here in the glass, and I could spend time scrubbing and cleaning and get all that off, but that's out in the middle of the glass, we can razor that off later. And later, maybe what it has to be. We got this done before dark, though. First piece of glass was the smallest one. It took the longest to do. This piece of glass was the biggest one. It took the least amount of time to do. I think we got better as we went along, though. I don't think that's just naturally the order that things are. The more we did, the better we got. The more we were able to do. No. Don't be saying doing more. Let's try to get that dude to lay in there and all that urethane to be as smooth as I can possibly get it, dude. That stuff's out there. It's like Poncho and Lefty, man. That stuff is out for all the honest world to feel. Yeah. So we just right on down through there. Gets all that cleaned up pretty decent. Way too much urethane right there. That's just the pain of this razor blade time. Hey, what are you dogs doing? You better get down. Mom will be home. What the heck? Mom is home.
I am home.
Mom is home. We should have known that.
I didn't leave Dad and you.
I could have had you out here putting this windshield in.
Huh?
I could have had you out here putting this windshield in. Come here and look at this.
I just got home. Maybe 10, 15
Could have just waited.
You could have. Nice.
Yeah, that is very, very, very tedious little thing going on right here. I'm taking that and trying to get the black down as far as I can.
Brand new?
Every piece.
Every piece.
Brand new.
Otherwise it'd probably be pitted, huh?
Oh, it was pitted with BB gun holes.
Right.
Well, all right, guys. We've got our windshield put in. It's up there in there just fine. Now we're working on a cover for this battery box. It's pretty ugly sitting there. So what I come up with was just a basic square. That's what it needs to be. And I've got the first part of that taped down to just a piece of wood. I used cardboard because it's pretty much, it's free. And took all my measurements, transferred it to the cardboard. That floor is at an angle compared to the battery, so we're higher at the back than we are at the front. I drew all that out, cut it out, and then I've taken a framing square and laid on it and made sure that everything is square, and then I just simply taped that cardboard down to the wood. The next step's going to be to mix up some fiberglass resin and spread the resin on our fiberglass cloth. I chose cloth because I think that I can lay it and get it smoother and thinner than I could matte. So we got our fiberglass resin here. Just simply something I bought at O'Reilly's, just normal old resin. And we're going to get us, I don't know, maybe a 1/2 inch in the bottom of this, something like that. The ratio for the hardener to the fiberglass resin is on the container there for you. It counts drops and measures it in fluid ounces. We're just going to give it a good little shot of hardener there. That's how we're going to do it. I know we should be measuring it all out. I've done builds where I've weighed it. It's probably the most accurate way. We'll be all right. Something I would suggest, you mix this up. Some resins actually change color when the hardener starts to take effect. We're going to stir it good, get that hardener all mixed up, make sure we scrape all the sides and the bottom. And yeah. Stir, stir, stir. All right, so yummy. You want a bite? Do that. Now, we just take our brush and yeah, the goal here is to get this wet. Should be able to tell when it soaks all the way through by the way that it looks. So wiggle those brush fibers around on it. Yeah, this will take a minute. You just keep applying, let it soak, pat it, smash it, whatever you got to do. Get it all on there. All right, so you get back here and you can see the slope this thing has, but when it's on the floor, the top of it's actually level. You see we got it all laid down there. Try to get an angle. I mean, you can see it's reasonably flat even for just being rough laid. It's fairly straight still. So that's going to make our battery cover work out really good. Well, all right, guys, here's one of those moments. Do as I say, not as I do. Or, yeah. You should put this on wax paper or masking paper or just put some tape down. Anything except for putting the fiberglass resin on directly on top of your board, because now, well, she is fully adhered to the board. So it's not hard to fix, but it's going to be yucky. I'm going to have to come in here and cut it with a cut-off wheel. And I know everybody loves fiberglass. It didn't do it very bad over here, but boy, here where I laid the resin really to it, it did it bad. You can see most of it is pretty good. I got a couple of pockets with air in them. I hate that it did it up on the edges because I really tried to avoid that. But I am going to be putting a top on here and fiberglassing it on, and we'll grind back down into that and put more glass along the edges. Death wheel and a little bit of fiberglass dust, and we got it pulled off there. We can take all our tape out. It did take some chunks of wood and everything else with it. That was quite the little trip, but we're done now and moving on. All right, guys, so this is what I ended up with. I just cut a piece of this same stuff I used on the rest of the interior panels, and I actually have it just held in with tape right now. As you can see, it fits okay. I'm still like kind of bummed that that's even in there, but man, it's tough to find a good spot to throw a battery on one of these cars. So we're just going to live with it, and it'll be okay for now. If we change our mind later, it's just as simple as building up, putting some other boards in. We can relocate the battery somewhere else. I am going to probably just cover this like with some carpet or something so it's quiet. And yeah, it's a good deal. All right, so this is where we ended up. And I got my new can down here, got the resin, brush, stir stick, all that. Getting ready to fiberglass that top on there. Let's get it done. All right, guys, it got dark on us, but I have taken this, and the fiberglass is dry now. Much better. Save yourself a big headache. Throw you down some plastic or a piece of masking paper or something. Don't do it on a board like I did in the beginning of this. That sucked. So everything is hard now. This deal's pretty tough, and we're just going to cover it with some material or sand it, fill it, prime it, paint it up to make it look like an old box. I don't know right now. But you can see our piece we added, we fiberglass that in. I trimmed it so that it fits the wheel well. I do have a little bit of stuff built up on the bottom I'm going to have to grind. And let's talk about that for a second. So everybody hates fiberglass, and for good reason. It's some itchy crap. It is glass. Those little fibers get in your skin and they irritate you. So something you can do to minimize that is wear long sleeves, put gloves on, tape them up. You can put a paint suit on if you got a lot of it to grind. Something I've seen guys do is put baby powder on before they start messing with the fiberglass, start grinding and whatnot, and it helps you get more of it off. I've also seen guys use shaving cream and spray it out, smear it on, and then scrape it off with like a driver's license or something like that. You know, those are just some things you can do. You certainly want to wear a respirator or dust mask when you're grinding, and I wear gloves the whole way through this process. So do that and save yourself some irritation from the fiberglass, because it sucks. But this thing doesn't. I think the next step's going to be to mix up a little bit more resin, brush the inside of this cardboard so it's all waterproof inside and out. If we don't, this will start to delaminate and it'll get all funky in here. Well, all right, guys, we've got our battery box just sitting in here. You can see we've got a little minor gap around this wheel well, but I still have to put some kind of interior panel in here, so that gap will go away. We've got this fabricated now where I can trace and grind and slide it in a little bit because it's a little oversized. I need it to just move about 1/4 of an inch in, but I know that these other panels are going to add, so we're going to wait before we finish that out until we get more of our interior put together in the back here. So you can see up at the front we've got a little gap here as well. Not too bad. The thing fits decent. There will be plenty of room when the seat's in there. You can recline all the way back or whatever, and it won't be in your way too much. Well, all right, guys, that's where we're going to cut it off this week. I appreciate all of you watching. Definitely appreciate all you guys that have hit that subscribe button. Please, it's free. It really helps me out. It helps the channel grow. That's what we're here to do, is grow this thing, reach more people, do more stuff. So give the video a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, what we should do next. I don't know. But I do know we'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a great day.